What is going on, guys? Welcome to Big 12 Championship Week between two rivals, Ardmore and Denver Tech. This is the big game of the season, a rematch of sorts.
Yes, Denver Tech got the best of Ardmore the first time, so you are out for revenge. And we're going to have season recap after this, going over stats and bowl games, and we'll unveil the bowl games for you guys after the conclusion of the game here. So you see here, Ardmore, Big 12 East winners. You beat ACU. You have the tiebreaker. You get the honor of going to Reliant Stadium in Houston.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a very, very tough game. Number one team in the country. They've been steamrolling everybody, it seems, this season, and they even beat us by a large margin when they played us during the regular season. So here we go. We are officially underway, guys. It is Big 12 championship time. We see a nice throw, though, to D.D. Foreman up the middle, but he can't hang on to it. So a catch in traffic was not made. Denver Tech with the football.
Okay, Timmons, you know they're going to have the advantage on the ground, and he breaks that tackle. He's going.
He might be gone. I think he's gone. He looks like, oh, okay, so McCool stops him, but it's just not stopping, man. It is not stopping. That's a big gain for Denver Tech. 3rd and goal. McCool trying to jump the snap, and look at this. McCool can't get a tackle on Timmons. He's in for the first touchdown of the game.
Yep, yeah, clear lane into the end zone. Denver takes the early lead on their first possession, so you're starting behind the 8 ball here. You have 2nd and 2 right here. You're going to try to get the passing game going, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Little audibles here, trying to be creative on offense a little bit, trying to get some separation here. We've got Foreman going deep. Can he make the catch? He's got him. It's going to be down inside the 15-yard line. It's a 55-yard reception. Cade Wilson now 2 of 4 for 66 yards. 2nd and 8.
I would not have made that throw. I didn't see it.
A little draw play, and Shook gets stuffed for only 2 yards. He had a lane there, and it got closed up quickly. So not only is this offense for Denver Tech really good, but the defense is good as well. But look at this little pump fake by Wilson. He drops the football, and then Kevin Tratnick picks it up on the sideline and takes it into the end zone.
Wow.
So touchdown Ardmore. It's going to be 7-7. Check out the replay here.
Zemer makes a tackle.
Pump fake, and then he dropped the football. So that's Zemer with the forced fumble, but then he didn't have the wherewithal to come pick it up. Look at this. Tratnick picks it up barely. Foreman was actually trying to pick it up, but he instead elected to use his teammate to do that because his momentum was carrying him forward. But here we go here, 1st and 10, and look at this. Jameel Schmidt.
Man,
I know.
These guys are coming to play, man. Both sides look like they're really with it today. And going to the sidelines, Drakeen Timmons, that will be incomplete. They're going to review this here. And they gave it to him. Okay, so now you got some spies here. You know the options coming. There's Nick McCullough on the carry.
Can't catch him. Cannot catch him. Just too much speed on that wide receiver end around, and touchdown going to be 14-7 now late in the first quarter.
All right, Denver takes that lead, and you are, you're a little bit in trouble here. They got the ball back. This is mid-second, going to Schmidt here on the outside. Good pitch there, gets 10 yards. 2
guys took the quarterback there and couldn't.
Yeah,
like,
it's not smart.
No, it's not smart at all. But here we go, 2nd and goal now. After that, nice tackle, and then Jarquez Holly
into the end zone,
punches it in. 11-yard score.
Every time we watch Denver, he's getting on the board. So he's definitely, he's worth it. He's pretty good. Can't just call him a touchdown vulture.
No, he gets the job done. Whenever you call upon him, he's right there. 3rd and 7 after a nice completion, but there was nobody open, and Cade Wilson forces this throw to Daquandre Shook. Unbelievable. 4 of 10 right now for an interception as well.
So you are getting pummeled here early, 21-7. You need a stop. Preferably, you want to take them out of field goal range.
2nd and 12 after that. Tackle for a loss by the captain of the linebacking crew, Blake Stortz. And then we have a tackle for a loss here. That is Duarte, who comes up and gets that tackle for a loss. And then an incomplete pass by Timmons. He's 3 of 4 now. So, mid part of the second quarter here, they're not a team that's going to throw the football a whole lot. And a lot of questions coming into the draft for Drakeen Timmons about his ability to throw. So 3rd and 1 now. completion here to Hardaway. Cade Wilson thrown off his back foot. It's kind of like you said, though. We got to get a hurry-up type of offense here. 50 seconds to go. Trying to pick up first downs in chunks and try to get at least a field goal to make it 21-10 at the half. And here's a completion to Kevin Tratnick for 15 yards.
There
and then, nice, to Akeem Jenkins. Nice touchdown there, kid. 9 of 18 now for Cade Wilson, so 50% passing. Not the most efficient, but that's a very, very good throw in what looked to be zone coverage. It was a perfect throw.
Put it right on the money. Now here's Timmons on a pitch. He gets Jawan Singleton. Oh, just short of the first down. So it looks like you are going to hold.
Yes.
Call timeout, though. You're running a play here.
Yeah, a little run play, but look at, he's got blockers in front. That's DeQuandre Shook. Missed tackle down the sideline, and he elects to go out of bounds. That's a very smart play by Shook.
Very heady play. 2
seconds left to go. We are calling for the Hail Mary attempt here to try to get maybe a pass interference call. I don't think Cade Wilson can throw it that far to the end zone, but
see if something opens up here. You're going deep. This is a Hardaway down there. Incomplete.
Nothing. So we're going to go to the half. Down
14.
a score. So
okay.
We're coming back a little bit.
You're hanging around in there.
It's still an uphill battle because this team just does not.
There's no quit on either side, though.
No.
So we know that the second half is going to be lit.
What are your takeaways from this game thus far?
Well, as it looks, I think Denver is running the ball okay. They're not getting much in the passing game, but I think you need to be a little more disciplined with your tackling. I've seen some missed tackles out there. And you're throwing the ball okay. I mean, offensively, I think you're doing fine. Just stick with the program on offense. But here's Jarquez Holly.
From what you can see on the highlights, we're throwing the ball okay. A lot of the throws that you guys don't see, I mean, there's nothing open. But yeah, huge.
Good coverage for sure.
Holy cow. Holly with 45 yards. It's just unlike him. But he's going to take another carry for 11 more yards. So this guy, like we were saying earlier, he just has it. He produces.
All right, Jawan Singleton gets the touchdown reception from Timmons, who now has 50 yards to go along with the score, and it's 27-14.
Super sim, extra point, did not make the extra point. It should have been 28 points, but now it's 27. I know.
You have a little patience.
I know. I hate watching extra points happen.
Okay, but here's a great punt. Let's see if it can get out of bounds.
It hits the pylon, and Beebe with a great punt, getting them out at the 1-yard line. So nice job there. We're doing a little bit of zone here, a zone blitz, because obviously you want to take away Drakeenan's arm, and you want to take away the read option. And look at this, nice job. Tackle for a loss in the end zone, a safety. Now we're down 11 points.
Okay, so I was thinking Timmons might put a move on you back there. But I mean, this kind of offense, it's like you're either getting that safety or you're going to get burned for a 99-yard touchdown if you can't get your tackle. And you made the tackle, and you get 2 points.
And I was definitely not going to be using the, guess where the run's going to go.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Disaster. So here's a good throw by Wilson. Now 3rd and 6, and I thought he had it. Just that's some heavy contact on D.D. Foreman, who's not the biggest receiver. He's a small guy. So yeah, dropping that football is no surprise. So we're going to settle for a field goal. So it is now, I believe it is 27-19. So we're down 8.
National championship implications here in the Pac-16 title game, UCLA versus Oklahoma. So who will Denver play if they can win this game? Timmons trying to make sure they get to that national title game, going to the house.
Yeah, that was a very touchdown. But it's like you said at the half, it's very poor tackling, very poor positioning. He had 2 guys going for the quarterback and not the running back.
Well, he still took it to the house.
He still took it to the house. So it's going to be 34-19 now. We have to get a score here, guys. There's no other option. But look at Hardaway with a huge catch. If he could have actually had a little bit of momentum going there, a little more speed, I feel like he probably would have busted that for a touchdown. But nice work by Shook, who's I think got over 100 yards at this point. He's 12 rushes for 96. Here's a completion to Hardaway, who's actually coming on late in this game, starting to produce. But 1st and goal, and Wilson just takes an absolute shot.
Good thing that wasn't ruled a fumble. That could have been bad.
2nd and goal here, and a little toss play. We love utilizing Shook's speed, and he's going to get into the corner of the end zone for a score. It's going to be 25-34. We're down 9, so an extra point's going to make us down
26.
8 here. Or 26, yes. And then look at this. Blake Stortz cannot make the tackle, and then look at that. We had the play. Had the perfect play call to stop them for a loss. And
yep. I think Schmidt was knocked out in the second half. So here's Atari Scroggins going to the house for 18.
Just could not get off the blocks, guys. Just they sucked us in, and we couldn't get off of it.
Well, we know Denver is just a rushing machine. And you saw it on the bottom line there. Ohio State is losing to Wisconsin. Also, national title implications there. So you get a stop on Timmons. You're still down with 15, though. You got a $1:47 left in the game. You need a missed field goal here.
It's not going to happen. So they pound it through. It's going to be 44-26. So we're down 18 now. So we need. I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But here's
Jenkins.
Oh, nice little move by Jenkins. But look at he fumbles the football on the big hit. That's what would happen. I've seen it so many times.
The ground cause it. He's down.
I think he's down.
Definitely down.
What is the call, ref? Yes. Play reversed.
Okay, so you're still alive, although you're really going up against it here.
Yeah, 1:06 left to go. Here's a nice reception to Hardaway. Little play action pass. And going deep to Hardaway yet again, and it's going to be picked off. That's
Glendale Bullocks.
Bullocks, who's been a thorn in everybody's side, it seems like, this year. Very good linebacker, or safety, I believe. He's a safety. So, there you guys go. Denver Tech, congratulations on a national championship appearance. Great season for you and your fans. Denver Tech takes home the Big 12 championship. And actually, what's funny is that Durkinen's number is 12.
Yes. It might be more hardware on the way. We will show you momentarily. But, yeah, what can you say? That was a great season for Denver. All the Denver fans are ecstatic. Ardmore, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. We've got some changes coming at quarterback and some other positions. We do have a lot of seniors on the team, so a lot of upperclassmen, so we'll just have to see how that pans out for next season. But what can you say about Durkinen? The guy's been a baller all season long. Hopefully that this game cemented his Heisman chances.
Yep. That's what we're thinking. Big 12 champs.
Depressing loss for Ardmore, but check this out. Durkinen Timmons is your Heisman winner. So he's got 1695 for rushing yards, 25 total. Like, the guy absolutely had an amazing season. And it was pretty unanimous, the total votes.
Oh, yeah, especially, I mean, the end of the season for Timmons, I mean, he went out with a bang. That's when you got to make the big impression for the Heisman vote. So congratulations to Durkinen Timmons. I think the extra game probably helped a little bit. Schmidt, he did get hurt in the championship.
Yeah, he did.
So an update on him. And down the stretch, did not have quite as big games as he was having in the middle of the year, so he fell off the radar. Robert Bishop, although finishes a respectable third. So we had a good season.
Good showing. He only missed second place by 2 votes. So I probably would have put Robert Bishop number 2 just because he's a quarterback. You know, the running back Kerryon Johnson, you know, running backs are valuable, but not as valuable as quarterbacks.
Right, typically. So congratulations to Durkinen Timmons, and let's advance here.
We got bowl games to talk about. So we've got the first. So these are the official bowl games that everybody's going to be playing in.
Speaking of Robert Bishop versus Kerryon Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
ACU, Auburn.
He can prove it.
It's a big Cotton Bowl game. I mean, Auburn, the record, it's not pristine, but, you know, 2 non-conference losses. They're still 5-3 in the SEC, so they had a great year in SEC play. As you see there, ACU goes up to number 17 in the country.
Nice.
So good stuff out of the Spartans.
Yay. Yay for top 20s.
Everybody's pumped up for this game. Let's check out the next one. You, my friend.
Got knocked out of the BCS.
Out of the BCS. That is harsh. I mean, they penalized you 6 spots.
I told you that would happen.
You're right. But 6 spots for a loss to the #1 team in the country. And you were penalized 6 places. And you get a rematch with Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. It is. You can't lie. Like, not only knocking out of the BCS, but having to play a rematch with a team you already beat, and then they're ranked ahead of me still.
Yeah, so, that's not right.
No,
They did not do right by the Thunderwolves,
No,
I think.
Thunderwolves got jobbed.
Yes. And here we have the BBVA Compass Bowl. We have Baylor out of the newly formed American Conference. And they are going to play Kansas A&M in the BBVA Compass Bowl. So
I think it's a pretty good matchup.
I do too. I mean, that's a very evenly matched game. Really, I could see that going either way. Good season by. I mean, I can't say that. A little bit of an underachieving season for Kansas A&M.
It was a decent season,
right? But I mean, they had a tough middle stretch. The end though, they started picking up some W's, so they're still in a good spot.
Honestly, the option, having an option team in the Big 12 for the teams that we have, like in this conference, it just doesn't match up. So for them to go 7-5, you know, they held their own in this conference. So.
Yep, I think they'll be back next year, and we'll see how they do in this bowl game here. We have the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. We got Northwestern versus McAllen.
Wow, I'm taking McAllen. No ands, ifs, or buts on that.
I think they should be all right. I mean, Northwestern, we'll have to see how they finish this year, but typically the defense is usually a bit better than average, so it'll be interesting to see Jed Carmichael try to handle the Wildcats. Very interesting game. Let's check. And we're doing this live, so I don't know what the matchups are. I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, we just keep advancing. Oh, my goodness.
Amarillo gets USC.
They're going to get trounced.
Now, we talked about this because this game popped up in the bowl projections, and then a couple weeks ago that we saw. And then it fell out, and now it's back in. So you get Amarillo USC, everybody.
Sam Darnold and Ronald Jones taking on Russell Springer and...
If Amarillo's D, I want to see their D show up.
I do too.
They win this game, they crack that top 25 too.
My goodness.
The Shreveport Skeeters get Indiana in the Meineke Car Care Bowl.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Now I'm getting a little worried because I have not seen Nebraska State yet.
You might have got. Do you think you got bounced?
I might be. Maybe I'm in like the GoDaddy or something.
Might be the first bowl game of the year, maybe.
Oh man. But anyway, here we have Shreveport. You know, I like seeing Shreveport play a Big Ten team.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's a good matchup on paper, especially with the running game the Skeeters have, the defense. It won't be a very high-scoring game, I would imagine.
No, but I'm probably taking the Skeeters in that.
I think they played well enough to, you know, get the benefit of the doubt here. Oh, here we are.
There you go. There you go. I told you.
There we go.
The very first bowl game of the year, right there.
One of them, yeah. You have Nebraska State. And we're playing ECU, East Carolina, in the New Orleans Bowl.
Well, I'm taking
sponsored by R&L Carriers.
I mean, they went 6-2 in conference.
Yep. I mean, this will be a challenge. You know, ECU, they usually have a good offense, and you know, I think we'll be able to score on them. I mean, we had a bit of a wall against some of the better Big 12 defenses, but I think with Willis finally getting completely healthy, you know, he's got 3 or 4 weeks to really heal up. You know, I think. I would pick us, but I think it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, but there is the Heisman Trophy for Turkinen, and then we got Bishop winning the Maxwell.
Yeah, there's a couple that we didn't
get shown.
But
obviously, the national championship game.
Yes. Robert Bishop wins the Walter Camp. Also wins Davey O'Brien. Carson Jackson gets the Bolitnikoff.
Well deserved.
Awesome. Taysom Benz gets Lou Groza.
He was in a lot of long field goal attempts.
We relied on him quite a bit this year.
Yes, you did.
DeQuandre Shook, returner of the year. So, man, we are cleaning up the hardware here in the Big 12. Good stuff for Shook. Allison Meadows, head coach for Denver Tech.
Well deserved also.
Best coach of the year. And let us go.
We got to look at who the other games are.
Yeah, Midland State. We did not see Midland State, one of the teams that was skipped over. They're going to the New Mexico Bowl.
Texas and Texas
to play Texas. Now, Texas had an underachieving season, and I think this will be a good game, especially with you know, regional and like Midland State. I think they're going to have a bit of home field. I mean, Midland is fairly close to Albuquerque, you know, somewhat, and I think that should be it. Other than the national title matchup, which we will see.
Oh, by the way, you guys saw Ohio State lost to Wisconsin.
Yes. So we saw that on the bottom line.
Yep.
I hope you guys were keeping up with those updates.
Well, sometimes we get those timestamps. People jump ahead.
Right. So UCLA knocks off Oklahoma, and then Wisconsin shocks Ohio State. And I think that is probably what kept you out of the BCS. Because
so the upsets of the century kept us out.
Right, because Wisconsin was rated 25th. So you get Ohio State gets an at-large, Oklahoma gets an at-large. And I think that is what cost you. Whoa. That is a problem. How in the world does NC State merit a BCS bid? What in the world? They beat Miami. They beat Florida State. That's not a B. They beat Clemson though. I don't know if that's a B. That's not a BCS resume. North Carolina State got in over you, man. What is that?
If you guys can see my face cam right now, I'm actually kind of pissed.
I would be too.
I'm kind of pissed.
A team that went 5-4 in the ACC gets a BCS bid.
That's bogus.
And then, well, 2 5-6 teams here. Hard to help. So, I mean, even North Carolina is behind NC State. And North Carolina lost to Florida State in the ACC title game.
So North Carolina got screwed too.
Oh. Well,
good job, computer.
Right. So UCLA does advance. Let's just go. I want to. Oh wow, that's a weird. Oregon, Western Michigan. So I did just want to give you guys the visual here and just to see what happens. So yeah, Florida beat A&M. West Virginia wins the American. And UCLA knocks off Oklahoma with Wisconsin hanging on to beat Ohio State. And then, I'm sorry, heel boy, North Carolina lost to Florida State. So this is kind of disappointing on multiple levels for our fans because, you know, we got a lot of Ardmore fans. You get no BCS. You got some North Carolina guys. No BCS for the Tar Heels, even though they had an amazing year. And then we have Ohio State. I hate Ohio State. We do have some Buckeyes.
There are quite a bit of Buckeyes. I can't say that 5 times fast. You got Dylan, you got Cedric Granger out there. Those guys are Buckeye fans, amongst many others.
And they lose first game of the year, and it takes them out. So, this is a bitter week. This is a bitter week for a lot of people.
Funny thing is it always tends to get this way late in these team builder dynasties. You ever notice that? Some of our bowl games that we've had in the past, that just kind of like some of the teams just don't come through. But that's football. That's college football for you.
All right, so let's check out the All-American team here, and the Heisman winner is not on the first team All-American. Somebody explain that to me.
Okay, but this is a perfect example of what's wrong with the computer.
I don't know. I wonder if that's ever happened in real life. So Robert Bishop gets the nod, first team All-NCAA. Jameel Schmidt at running back, Jackson at wide receiver. No surprise there. Chris Medlock anchoring that offensive line at left tackle for Denver gets in. Thurston Alexandro. Ardmore. Congratulations to Thurston.
We did run to that right side a lot.
Yeah, you did. Randy Lowe, I mean, this guy was all over the field all year long. I hope he comes back because, I mean, he's a good one. Harlem McQuarters gets All-American team at cornerback. And I get Taysom Benz at kicker. I love it. With the Quandre Shook first team return. So very well represented for the Big 12.
So Drakenian Timmons, the Heisman winner, did not get. He's not an All-American. An All-NCAA All-American.
Confusing, very confusing. Jed Carmichael at quarterback there. Timothy that's unfortunate.
That's really.
I'm sure he's a great guy, but
he's
first team
probably amazing person.
Amari Manuel, wide receiver. Good stuff for Manuel. I'm really excited to see him in the pros. Benny Delgado, we talked about him a lot. Hopefully he returns. I mean, redshirt sophomores are eligible for the NFL. Oyatunda there at guard. Sergio Armendariz.
Price Greer not on these? Interesting.
It's disappointing. We'll check out the All Big 12. I'm sure he made it there. Washington the second at safety with Bruce Hobbs. And anything else? No. All freshman team. Let's see what we got here. Carlo, wow, they got a good future. Oh, man.
Yes, they do. It's just not going to stop.
Nope. How about this? Eric Trichtinger, starting right tackle as a redshirt freshman. He's going to have a great career. And he's going to be in the pros. Ayo Garrison. Also surprising to see as a freshman. I mean, he didn't play like it. Tyler McKinney of Shreveport. will be back. Armand Hammer.
Nice.
One of the best players in the country.
One of the best names in the country.
And like we talked about in our preview video, like he was the most sought after recruit entering this year. And ACU nabbed him. No surprise.
Azugwu.
Yep. Azugwu, cornerback. You see Washington the second there. Coulter Dragosevich. So, I mean, Denver's got some youth. They're not
That's
going
what's
anywhere.
scary, man. That's really scary on the rest of the Big 12 and the NCAA at large.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. So, obviously, Bishop. You see your man Wingo.
Wingo.
Yep.
Sophomore, too, so he's still plugging away. But he's a redshirt sophomore, so he's eligible to come out.
So, we have to hope he doesn't leave. Bonaventura at tackle. You see Big Mac. Biggie McKenzie. Starting left guard there. Justin Kendrick, going to be a top pick, hopefully. There you go. What do you have to say for Vinny Hill Parrish?
He puts in the work. He puts in the work. That's all I can say about Vinny Hill Parrish. He's a very, very bright. He's a bright kid.
Yes.
He's got a good future.
Another guy
might not be a starter in the NFL, but eventually, he'll get there.
Oh yeah, what class? Junior? Mm-hmm. We'll have to see. Price Greer, bright future for him. Gets the All Big 12 nod. You see Guerrero Armendariz, low, Hammer. Jacob Reinhold, he's one of those grinders.
He's definitely a grinder.
He's a captain.
Linebacker, yeah.
Good to see him get on there. Jordy Williams.
Good run stuffer.
You see McQuarters, Washington Hobbs, as we know, with Benz. Daryl Petrella. Probably doesn't have to punt too much this year. And then Shook. So let's look at the all-second team. So again, Rickeney Simmons not even going to get all Big 12 honors, first or second team.
He might have declined it. He's like, I don't need it.
I got the Heisman. I
got the Heisman. I don't need an All-American.
So you see Marlon Malloy Jr., Noah Jones, Johnson Jr., Hardaway. No Dede Foreman. I guess Hardaway, he might have taken over.
Yeah, later on in the season, he definitely took over.
Yep. Krupski. Devron Vaughn, sophomore. Jeez. Rondell Cooley, sophomore.
These are all redshirt sophomores, by the way.
Man. So Ramadi Woods. Good to see some Amarillo love on
Well, I love Ramadi Woods. I think he's going to be a good player.
Vicente Galarza.
Dirty man.
Hey, Todd Parker.
Yeah, good.
We see you.
Todd.
Matt Rexford. Isaac Larson, sophomore. Coming back. Marquise Stovall for Amarillo. See Roosevelt McKinley there. Maybe have some drops. INT dropsies. Isaiah Duarte.
No, he's got the dropsies.
Yeah. Cade Sipchansky gets some love at safety. Adrian McCool. So your secondary well represented here. Coulter Dragosevich. And then Del Witherspoon.
Big leg.
Dustin Weber on return. So that's it for the All-Americans.
So let's go over some season-ending stats before we go to bowl games. Kate Wilson finished the season as a 3,000-yard passer, always a benchmark that you want to get to as a thrower. 27 and 11, 66% completion, so that's pretty solid. Hicks got in there sparingly, 18 of 30, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. So didn't have. You don't like to be negative in the interception department, but he is a freshman, so we have to temper that.
Right.
Shook and Wimberly. So you guys know that Shook overtook the job. Wimberly had 105 attempts to Shook's 109, so that was a pretty even split. I don't like to see this though. Quarterback Cade Wilson almost having the same amount of attempts as the starting running backs. Not a good number. You don't want your quarterback taking hits like that. But 688 for Shook. That should improve next season. Hardaway with 58, Foreman with 50.
Yeah, Hardaway really took over as the season went on, I noticed. Because you were going to Foreman really early. He was the guy really early. Then Hardaway had a lot of big touchdowns down the stretch. And he kept Krupski involved too.
Yeah, the big tight end, 6'5" tight end there, 220. He's definitely a big target for Cade Wilson on some play actions. Kevin Tratnick didn't do a whole lot, but as our slot receiver, I remember when I was early playing this game, really early, I used to utilize slot all the time, but now I'm doing more of the outside guys, and it shows.
Jenkins led the team in average per catch.
He was a big-time playmaker for us.
Yep.
You guys can see real quick some blockages here. Alexandro gave up the most sacks. This isn't a lot of sacks, I don't think. That's 7. Maybe. That is kind of a lot. We did get sacked quite a bit, so might have to not run out of the pocket so much. defensive stats, and we won't do defense for everybody. We'll just do them for me, you, and a couple other teams that we are interested in. But Guerrero and Hill Parrish, 9 sacks and 7. 20 tackles for losses for Vinny Hill Parrish. So he was in on every play. So that's really good to see. McCool led the team in solo tackles and tackles. So that's not something you want to see.
Usually linebackers will lead in tackles.
But look at this. Like, the top 3 guys were secondary. I mean, that's kind of concerning. So maybe our linebacking core needs to be a little bit better.
All right, so let's check out Broken Arrow. Drew Snyder, as we said, he is going to go play baseball. So this will be his final year. Tyrone Godot was the backup this year, but he's got some competition with Brian Street. And we'll see how that shakes out in the offseason. But, I mean, I can't say Snyder played very well.
No.
Only 2,100 yards passing, so not very good. I mean, they did rely more on the running game, as you see with Tremaine Chapman with 1,277. Louis Preston, I think he should probably start next year. We're going to see how that shapes up. I mean, Broken Arrow, I think they got a pretty good future still. I think they'll be all right next year. Hopefully they'll pick up that one extra W that they're missing. So obviously receiver is nothing to write home about for the Wranglers.
And what else is there to say about Denver Tech? I mean, look at these numbers. I mean, 1,300 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks for Drakinen.
He threw 166 passes all year.
Right.
So, because, as we see, he did lead the team in rushing yards.
That is insane.
Yards per carry, too. He beat Schmidt out in both regards. More touchdowns for Timmons as well. And Jarquez Howley with 11.
And that's over 3,200 yards between the two of those players.
Yeah. And, I mean, Howley, and for a running back, I mean, those are pretty good season totals, too. And, you know, basically have 3 running backs here.
That's not, I mean, it's, dude, I can't.
And Beverly also got 5 touchdowns in a backup, mop-up role there. So wide receivers, not going to be doing too much here. Nick McCullough. We saw Jaywan Singleton in the game earlier today, Dallas Humber. So they really were missing Mueller. Devin Mueller was out really early, so he did not even register a catch, unfortunately for him, as a senior. All right, let's go to another team that does most of their damage on the ground. You see Noah Shepard with 1,245.
5 touchdowns, 4 picks. So, again, like you said, not a team that throws it a whole lot. Cody Mitchum came in a little bit later. The story was they wanted to get to a bowl game. So, Noah Shepard, being the good teammate that he is, said, "Coach, not playing too hot here. Let's get the younger guy in."
Yep, and he acquitted himself very well. We see here running the ball. Both quarterbacks did okay running the football, but they're not the most explosive option quarterbacks. Maybe Kansas A&M would be better off getting a guy that fits more that mold. They're more like the game manager option guys that they trust to make the right read. They're just not explosive runners.
They'll get there.
Chris Golston, though, is an explosive runner. 6.2 per carry, 9 scores. Jake Fritz.
Look at the 2 long rushes for both those guys, 75 and 78. So, not saying that they did that all the time, but yeah, they both have the kind of the same skill sets. Golston's a little bit more of a power guy. Fritz is the speed guy. We saw that on a lot of occasions this year.
Yep, and Sidney Late, the fullback, got 209 rushing as well. Wide receivers aren't going to, it's just not the offensive style that's really going to catch the eye of most receivers. These guys are blockers. But they did pretty well for themselves, so all things considered. All right, Little Rock. We remember this team with their quarterback battle earlier in the year. Carter Ashe
still can't get it done through the air, no matter who is playing quarterback. It's either the freshman and Rhett Bollinger or it's Carter Ashe. They just couldn't get it done. So, I mean, 9 touchdowns for Bollinger is not going to cut it. He played the majority of the season.
Yeah, he needed to be better. I think he acquitted himself okay, but that's not really enough, I think, for the coaching staff to feel super confident heading into next year, especially with, they got the Gunnar Rivers thing going on.
Yep.
I think Rivers would definitely be the guy at this stage. Marquez Maven Jr. with 765 rushing with 7 scores. Only 4 per carry, though.
Yeah. The offense was real bad. Real bad all season long.
They might need a change.
You can see the receivers here. J.J. Cobb was probably one of the favorites down the stretch with Bollinger. Billings was more the favorite of Ashe, but
Yeah.
Bollinger didn't.
So
Yeah.
Huff, the tight end, put up some good numbers there for Little Rock. But, you know, like you said, they really need more explosion across the board. All right, McAllen Matadors. We see Jed Carmichael here, got 4,500 yards passing.
That's money.
43 touchdowns. 19 picks is a lot, but he did throw the ball 490.
Think about that. He had to throw the ball into the end zone 43 times for completions.
Yep.
That's a great number for Carmichael.
You know, the NFL scouts, they really like him, even despite those turnovers. We'll see how he does at the next level. Marlon Malloy, in an offense that really doesn't feature running backs too much, did pretty well for himself. 9 touchdowns at 574. And then Rico Gathright also got in the mix there, 423 and 7. So you got to like that. Wide receiver, we got the Bolitnikoff winner, Carson Jackson, 1584 with 15.
The number that stands out to me isn't even the yards, it's the receptions. 77,
Ooh, yeah.
And he put up 1,500 yards.
20 per.
Exactly. So, for anybody who thinks that he can't catch the deep ball, he can, and he can also catch the short stuff and turn it into something.
Yeah, he's a complete player for sure. Dustin Weber and Paris McMillan also acquitted themselves very well. Blake Bonaventura at tight end. And then you still got Russell, well, he's gone next year, but Russell Floyd, you got Barrett Love, even Ledbetter at tight end. So this team is in a good spot down the stretch for the rest of this dynasty. All right, Midland State, we got CJ Wicks, really took on more of a passing role as the season went on.
Those are really good numbers right there. He did not turn the ball over
a
whole lot.
He was efficient. And as a junior, I mean, we'll see if he declares. He's kind of iffy. He kind of grades right now as like a 4th or a 5th round pick. You think maybe if he stays in school, he could be a top prospect next year. If he works on his game a little bit, we'll see what happens. You're going to have Claudio Keller. Hopefully with the bowl game, he can hit 1,000. Although, I mean, Brett Kinnery per carry was better than Keller. So that's an interesting point. That's an interesting development.
Probably not as explosive. I mean, you guys can see the longs there. I like looking at the long numbers because it really gives you an indication of, you know, I mean, they could have hit that once, but it just gives you an indication that, hey, he can do it. He can explode.
Right. Yeah, he's got a bit more speed. Jared Harper, another guy, needs 84 yards to hit 1,000. I'd like to see him do that. Keller was second on the team in receptions, so they do use the running backs quite a bit. And then you got Marlon Swift, and LaShawn Wheaton pitching in with 500 yards apiece as well. Devin Irons was one of his favorite red zone targets, and he'll be gone next year. So Midland State got a little bit of rebuilding to do, but I think they'll be back. We'll have to see. Okay, a team everybody's interested in, hopefully. I don't know.
Prairie Dogs.
Yeah. Rooney was the worst rated quarterback on our team.
2.5.
Even Casey Fitzsimmons was a little bit better per pass there.
Willis with the 17.
Yeah, we did throw more picks than touchdowns, unfortunately. You know, we got a lot to build on with Willis. We got 2,500 yards passing. No 1,000-yard rusher. Didn't even sniff that. Frankie Pritchett, 4.4 per carry. And even the rushing touchdowns, like, they're spread out a little bit, but our running game was not that efficient. Tanner Brenneman, pretty good yards per touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to use it sparingly. If I ran that as a base offense, it's not going to work.
You only used him 7 times. I feel like he was used a lot more than that.
Probably because every time he touched the ball in the option, it made the highlight reel.
That's probably a fact.
You're right. And wide receiver, he was our leading wideout.
Pretty split.
Yep. Yarborough, a little bit more explosive. I mean, Highshaw, third on the team in receptions. I mean, even Bourgeois got in the mix. We missed Michael Swan down the stretch. That was unfortunate. Although he still probably would not have overtaken Brenneman as that went on. Cade Myers, pretty good. So, you know, we see our touchdowns, like, really spread out. I would like to keep that going into next year. Kind of keep defenses on their toes. And let's just check defensively. Blake Pekoski leads the team in tackles. Tackle for loss. Joey Shonka, okay. Only 3 sacks. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit more. Hopefully, you know, and we dog him a little bit. Hopefully, you know, he's still really young. So I think next year I'd like to see him make that leap and turn into an elite pass rushing terror.
I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't fix people's mindsets.
Yeah, you might be right.
He's kind of a head case.
You might be right.
Let's just bat a ball into somebody's arms.
I don't know. Emmett Woods led the team in INTs. Maybe we need to get more aggressive defensively, cause a little more turnover on the opposing offense. We'll have to see. We got some things to work on, everybody. Odessa State, a team that was really an afterthought down the stretch when it became apparent that they could not compete in this league.
25 and 18.
Got to come back to school with those ratios. As a junior, I think he'll be fine. He's a 96 overall. And we'll see him recruiting. I mean, you guys have been following recruiting. You know Odessa's got some stuff to build on. Logan Sweeney, 358 rushing. Like, they did not even try running the football. Maybe a little more balance will help down the stretch. You see the passing game was
very
fine.
split. Very split between everybody.
They really did spread the ball out quite a bit. Kyle Rivera made a lot of big catches. Only 615, though. Jabari McCollum, freshman, 500 yards. Gabriel Endicott at tight end, another guy. 6 touchdowns there. So, passing game's fine. Running game needs some work.
Okay, let's check out Shreveport. Go over that interceptions there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so Nate LaDuca, we all knew preseason what he was going to be able to offer to the Skeeters offense, and this is pretty much what came to light. So 16 touchdowns, 11 picks, 1,787 yards. So
Billy Ray
nothing
Hayes.
major. But yeah, Hayes played good in his time that he needed to start. Go to the rushing here. We've got Wingo, 253 attempts.
They rode him like a Renamil, man.
That's concerning.
I think if he is smart, he is leaving for the NFL.
He's declaring right now.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're a running back. You know, you only got so much mileage on the tires. So, you know, make your money while you can, everybody.
Yeah, if he comes back, dude, normally, what's the benchmark for high usage of a running back? It's 200 attempts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he almost...
Yeah, I mean, you don't want him to hit 300 yards. Or 300 carries. I mean, that's a ton. 13 touchdowns, though. I mean, you can't take that away from him. That was a good year for Wingo. I don't think they're going to change their strategy, though. So even if they chase him away, they're going to be like, all right, Roberto Allen, you're up, buddy.
You're the next guy in. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. So here's the receiving numbers. We got 40 receptions, 38 receptions for the tight end Britton. You know, they're just not throwing it, and we knew that by the attempts from Wingo.
Herschel Gates got 5 scores.
Yep, 6 touchdowns for Groves. He was the favorite, but yeah, I mean, it's just nothing stellar. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time to announce the season-long contest winner. If you guys need a reminder, for those of you that played, it's been a long time. We haven't done too much about updating standings, only because it's kind of pointless.
It's ever shifting.
It's kind of pointless every week to do that. But the final winners are going to be listed right here. So here are your winners. SSO TV had 9 spots correct. He got the conference champion in Denver Tech correct. That was a 5-point bonus. And then you've got Dylan Bowers, who came in second. He also picked Denver Tech to win the Big 12, but he didn't secure enough points in the overall standings from the East and the West in the correct spots. So he missed out on it by a point.
Right, so we're going to give the prize, which is yet to be announced, but we have something in mind. We just don't want to spoil it. Prize will go to the top 2.
Yep.
So SSO TV and Dylan B.
Yep.
Direct message Gold Glover 9. And we will get in touch with
you. You can contact me on Twitter, because YouTube took away the private messaging thing. So contact me on Twitter at GoldGlover9, or you can obviously email me, goldglover009@gmail.com. So
either way, anyway.
Yeah, you guys have to contact me because I don't have your contact information. So contact me and I'll let you know what the prize is. And then I'd like you guys to, when you get your prizes, because I have an idea of what it might be, take a picture. Take a picture of it. Once you get it, send it to me with you having it, and then we'll post it up on the page or on the channel at some point. So I think it'll be fun. You guys don't know what it is. I do, but I think it'll be pretty cool.
Right. And as you can see here, the final standings, this is how it shook out. And as we said, ACU over Ardmore, only because you had that extra loss. You were the Big 12 East winner.
Right.
And then Little Rock owns a tiebreak over Broken Arrow. We see the West here was Denver won it in a landslide. Amarillo knocked off Midland there. Camu owns tiebreak over Nebraska. So I came in 5th, which is not where I wanted to finish, but
yeah, I thought you were going to finish in 3rd.
A lot of people did.
I mean, I remember when we were making our picks, and I thought that's where you were gonna end up.
But those are the final standings. So that was a mouthful. But let's go to a quick little bowl game preview for you guys, and we'll see what's on tap. All right, all of our teams. We got 9 teams in. Broken Arrow, Little Rock, and Odessa were the odd teams out. We're gonna have Midland State at Texas. We're just gonna roll through these really quick because there's no preview video for the next upcoming weeks.
No, we're doing it double uploads. We're going Wednesday bowl games, Saturday bowl games.
3 games per video. We'll get a week and a half. You guys will see all the bowl games.
Correct.
Midland State, according to ratings, slightly better than Texas right now. And, you know, we got the passing game going for Midland. Maybe you want to hit Texas on the ground. I don't know, though. 95th ranked rush defense.
And just analyzing the numbers here, they seem like they're pretty even. Everybody seems pretty even.
Yeah, Texas offense is not very good this year.
No, I think that's where Midland has the obvious advantage, but, you know, it comes down to athletes. Who's got the athletes? I think I'm taking Texas here.
I think you're right. I mean, the Pac-16 was a lot harder than the Big 12. I'll just say that. I mean, I'm partial towards the Big 12, but top of the Pac-16 was really good.
And the question for that game is CJ Wicks going to be able to be as efficient as he was all season, or is he going to lay down?
I hope he shows up. Now here at Kirk, he's picking ECU here in the New Orleans Bowl over poor little Nebraska State. But you see our passing offense, really good. ECU, though, is hanging right there at number 10 in the country.
I think you got this. I think you got this one. Yeah. The total offense, though, I don't know. Does ECU run the hurry up?
Yeah, I mean they're a spread team. They like to they score a lot. I mean they did play Conference USA competition, so I mean relatively speaking, might be a little inflated compared to us. But you know our pass defense is horrible, and you see the 2 turnover differentials. Both teams played kind of wild, loose with the football. So
Loosey goosey with the football.
Yeah. It's gonna be really close. It's gonna be really fun.
Keep it on the ground.
You're right.
And don't be forcing throws.
And
you'll be fine.
I think it's gonna be a fun game, everybody. Now Amarillo at USC. Sam Darnold taking on the Armadillos.
Rush defense number 2 in the country. Total offense for USC number 9. This is gonna be a tough game. This
is a game where like all the fans of classic football uniforms, like they would be loving this game.
Oh yeah,
because you get USC and the Cardinal and gold, really straightforward, and then you get Amarillo and
their baby blue.
Yeah,
it's like
blue.
Yeah, it's like going back in time a little bit. You know, if it was being played at the Rose Bowl, then everybody would have been like, yeah, oh yeah.
They're at Qualcomm Stadium.
Oh, I guess we're fine. But I'm probably taking USC just because Amarillo does not sim very well when it's CPU versus CPU, and just knowing that Russell Springer and that offense has not been very good. They have turned it around though. They're top 6. Well, they're not
35th in points per game, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, but I'm taking that offense for USC.
All right, Indiana Shreveport.
You gotta make your picks.
Yeah, well, we'll go over it at the end. Indiana Shreveport. I love this game.
You know who I'm picking?
Shreveport's got the #1 rush defense in the country.
That's who I'm picking. I'm picking Shreveport.
I think it's Shreveport all the way.
I think Wingo is gonna shred these guys.
I think so.
It's Indiana, okay? Like, I mean, these guys are undersized. We know that Shreveport is massive. They're stocky, as you would like to put it. I think Wingo is gonna just tear them up on the ground.
This is the kind of game it's gonna be 24-17 final, tops. Maybe 17-16.
Who was that? You might not know, and it might get awkward, but who was that running back that was for Colorado State? We were watching a bowl game.
Pre-Bibbs?
It wasn't Bibbs, I don't think. It was a while ago, but he just
like against Fresno?
Yeah, he just schooled them in a bowl game.
Or he might be, the last name was Johnson, I think.
Yeah, there's somebody that was like, he just went off. That's the kind of game that I'm thinking that Wingo's going to have. that game, whoever that running back was, it stuck out in my mind. Like, this guy is going nuts.
Now, okay, this game, you know, hey, it's a rematch. It's an intrastate game.
Yeah.
So, not really sure if it's that exciting, but I mean, on paper, it's an exciting game. Problem is, we've seen it already.
Well, tough luck for Ardmore. We've had to face 2 teams in 2 rematches now
and you
in the last 2
weeks.
weeks. Should be in the BCS with some BS stuff going on with
NC State. Is it at 8-4? What in the world?
I mean, technically, we should be playing North Carolina. That's who we should be playing.
Yeah, that'd be a good game.
It would be. But let's get into the preview here. Points per game, 6th in the nation for Ardmore. The offense is legit. Total defense got some work to do, but then again, Big 12 offenses were pretty good this season. Oh, yeah. We've already beat Oklahoma State once before. I think we can do it again. They didn't really show us a whole lot when we played them in week number 1.
Yeah.
So
that was a game. I mean, it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
You were in control, I think, most of it, but Oklahoma State did come back at the end. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. I think if we got to tidy up the defense here, because pass defense 124th in nation. That's almost dead last.
Yep. So we'll have to see what happens there, and we're gonna have McAllen and Northwestern.
Is this even a thing?
What's that?
Is this even a thing?
What? A Buffalo Wild Wings bowl?
This game. This is even a thing.
Oh, why not?
Northwestern's gonna lose this game.
Oh, you're thinking they're gonna lose? Well, look at that A- defense.
Look at the overall rating.
They're still rated as a B+. This game's going to be close.
What?
Yeah.
No.
McAllen's not going to score that many points.
I like Northwestern. I used to be them in a Dynasty when I was like 15.
The winner, but this game's going to be like 27-23. McAllen's not going to score 41.9 points.
They'll score 37.
Against an A- defense.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I don't know. But it's Jed Carmichael's last game. He's going up against a good defense. I think Pat Fitzgerald, he always gets Northwestern ready to go.
Here's an interesting stat. Turnover differential in the negatives, primarily because Jed Carmichael likes to sling it, but it's for as many times as he's turned it over, it's still -4.
Yeah.
Which means that this defense for McAllen is pretty good themselves at turning the ball over. Exactly. Yeah. So I think
bend but don't break.
Yep.
Now we're going to look at the Cotton Bowl here. We got the number 2 offense in the country going up against Auburn. And Auburn, like I said earlier in this video, they got the 7-5 record. This is nothing stellar, but I mean, they're power SEC West kind of team. And they got Kerryon Johnson, big time running back. 23rd in total defense. So I think you guys are looking forward to this game. I mean, ACU, though, I think they have an edge, a definite edge here.
ACU, for as up and down as this season has been for them, I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that there's a little negativity surrounding this football team, but they're 10-2.
Right.
Like, that's an insanely good year for any college team. So, to be playing an opponent like Auburn, a 7-5 opponent like Auburn, it's not a downgrade. It isn't. It is a SEC team.
It's Cotton Bowl. Cotton Bowl's prestigious. They're going to be up and ready to go.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
And it's the last game that we're going to see Bishop, Jones, and Manuel
before they get into
Madden 19.
Madden 19.
Ooh.
Which I'll have some news for you guys in the off season videos about that. So we'll have to wait till bowl games end. So don't want to break that news too early.
Yep, second to last game here. They're going to be playing this one in January. Kansas A&M versus Baylor. Now, when I see Baylor, I see out of the American Conference, number 111 rush defense.
Yeah,
and their offense is not that amazing either.
Yeah, I'm taking Camu in this one. I think Baylor is kind of like Indiana. They're not the same Baylor that used to be.
Yeah, they were not the Art Briles Baylor. So
no, this is a defense that can be had.
I think Camu is going to win this one.
I think
with the rushing game.
I think they'll win it big, actually.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And then the national title game. Now, UCLA with this roster, I mean, whoever put this roster together loves them some UCLA with Josh Rosen. You're going to have Rosen versus Durkeenan Timmons in this game. And, man, you're looking at those offensive rankings. You look at the UCLA's got the edge on defense. Number 2 defense in the country. You know, Denver's a little more wishy-washy on the side of the ball. But, I mean, anytime you're running for 337 a game.
I know it. That's the big thing. But also, look at the pass defense for Denver Tech. And then they've got to be playing against a pro-ready quarterback in Josh Rosen. And, you know, look at that turnover differential.
Yeah, man.
So it's going to be a tight game. And honestly, I want to take Denver Tech. Because when they run those read option plays, even in CPUs versus CPU, the CPU has a hard time handling it. But when you've got Josh Rosen back there slinging it, I can't pick a team.
Yeah,
I can't pick a team. You got Timmons, who's a Heisman winner. He's amazing himself, and like you said, that rushing offense, and now you got Rosen on the other side. This is going to be a huge game.
We're going to announce another little mini contest here. So make your bowl picks, and you're going to get 1 point per correct game. And since we got the national title game this year in the Big 12, we're going to give a couple bonus points for that. National title will make it worth 2.
Yep.
So
it's easily comebackable.
Right.
You can make
unlike our conference, I might tone the conference champ down a little bit, because it was really make or break.
Yeah, we'll do that next year.
We'll fix that. But let's just go down. So you guys make your picks. The winner will be announced at the end of the bowl season. We'll have that ready for you guys as well. Now, let's start here. Midland State, Texas. You're going Texas?
I'm going Texas.
I'll take Texas.
Okay.
ECU, Nebraska State.
Prairie Dogs.
I'm going Prairie Dogs. Amarillo, USC.
USC.
I'll take USC. Indiana, Shreveport.
Shreve. The Shreve. They're going to be partying down there.
Ardmore, Oklahoma State.
Ardmore.
McAllen, Northwestern.
McAllen.
Northwestern.
You're crazy.
Auburn, ACU.
ACU.
I'll take ACU. Camu, Baylor.
Camu.
UCLA, Denver. You got to make a pick now.
You go first.
I'll take Denver. I think they're going to do it. Cap it off. I'm always wrong, though. So
I will go Denver Tech.
Okay.
My heart is telling me UCLA. Not because I'm salty, Dylan, but simply because I like quarterbacks. I like quarterbacks that can, take control of a game and throw it when you need them to throw it.
Yeah.
And I think that might be Denver Tech's undoing, is that Drakinen, when he's going to be called upon to throw the football, is he going to be able to throw it or not? So that's a factor that you'd have to consider. But that rushing offense has been all-worldly good. Probably one of the best of all time in the NCAA.
You're right. It's got to be up there.
So it's very hard to pick against them. So my rational thought is pick Denver Tech, but my gut and my heart is telling me UCLA. Now that sounds like a 50-50 pick, like it can't be wrong, but my official pick is Denver Tech.
Right. And as you guys can see, we're going to go 3 games per episode, so you guys can see how they're going to be grouped. It'll be the bottom 3, mid 3, top 3 together. So, all right, I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. Season. So we will see you guys this is Saturday.
Yes. So we'll be back on Wednesday.
We'll be back on Wednesday with
the Prairie Dogs.
Yeah, with the first 3 bowls, and then Saturday again, and then Wednesday will be the following Wednesday will be the last week of bowl week. The following Saturday will be off-season number 1. So get ready for that, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing, and if you're excited about the bowl games, again, make your picks in order to take part in the contest. Hit that little red button for subscribe or my logo in the bottom right-hand corner to never miss a single Team Builder upload, guys. And we'll see you in bowl season. As always, peace.